I remember as a child, we used to sing in church a song called May the Work I've Done Speak for Me. It was an old slavery song, and it we used to say, when I'm resting in my grave, there is nothing that can be said. May the work I've done speak for me. I love this old song. You know, this is true in Hoodoo as well. Your work speaks for you. Your actions speak who you are in this universe, and they do seal your destiny. In my years, I've been fortunate to cross paths with some traditional old style hoodoo workers, and their lives prove what I said is true. Your hoodoo work speaks for you, and it does seal your destiny. Many years ago, during my younger years, I'm talking about a long time ago, I remember going into this bootlegger's house with my then husband. She was an old time worker. They called her Big Draws, and she didn't use store-bought products. She worked roots from the field the old way, but she never shared her knowledge. She kept it to herself. In her younger years, she was known for her hoodoo work. She had a steady flow of customers and she made the money. She was like a celebrity. She did any kind of work, broke up marriages, walk-in spells, made people sick, go out of their mind, all kinds of dirty deeds and payback. She didn't care. If you had the money, she'd do the work. And she was powerful at left-hand work. When she put the fix on someone, it could not be broken. And I seen this with my own eyes. So this was my first time meeting her. So I didn't know her personally. But the little time that I was in her presence, let me tell you, I knew this woman was cold as ice and nothing to be played with. As hoodoo died out in our area and people became more super religious, the customers and the money stopped coming to this woman's way. Only a few old-time customers secretly visited her. She was the last of her kind in the area and one of the few remaining hoodoo doctors. When we stopped by her house on that day, she was a shadow of her former self. This was years later from her high life. No longer popular and sought after, she turned to selling moonshine and liquor to make ends meet. I don't know if you've ever visited the home of a bootlegger, but I have, and no matter the music, the laughing, the partying, there's always this dark, hopeless, life-draining, soul-eating spirit about these places. And I felt this in her house. Her house by this time was old, it was dilapidated, it was about ready to fall in, dusty and decaying. And she had this young man who was about 30 years old, 30 years her junior. He was kind of lounging around and she was just kind of treating him like a king. And I could tell he was there just to have a roof over his head, food to eat, and someone to take care of him, along with free liquor. He was just lifeless in her house. He didn't care. Seeing her in this state just struck home to me that it's true. Hoodoo doctors become their work. All those years of doing nothing but left-hand work brought that same type energy back into her own life. All the material gain, the popularity, all of that was gone. And all that remained was a cold, empty, broken woman making a living off other folks' misery. Right there in front of my eyes was another living testimony. All this power she had couldn't beat the power of the universe. But this hoodoo doctor, for the love of money, she chose to destroy people's lives, and in the end, the work came back and destroyed her life. So my point is, be careful what you put out into the universe. You do become your work. Now, I just wanted to share this experience with you to help you gain some insight into our ancestors' hoodoo. Please consider supporting my work at my website. I have the 2024 Hoodoo Almanac, not too late to get that, Soulful Divination, and Root Work for the Home books for purchase. These are physical books that I do ship to you. So I hope you enjoyed this story and the message, the point I'm trying to make in it. I'll see you in another video. Until then, have a strong and prosperous hoodoo journey.